Welcome back to the Daily Horrorcast. Today we got a pretty exciting one. We got Wendigo versus Skinwalker CRYPTID Battle. Who's gonna win? Let's find out.
Also, guys, don't forget to comment down below. Also, if you know what that means, comment that too. But comment Wendigo or Skinwalker for the win.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow all of our channels.
We're going to start off with the Skinwalker, go over a little background of him. This is going to be an exciting episode. Very fun debate. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Skinwalkers are a Navajo legend, typically depicted in horror stories as a deer humanoid creature that can mimic. However, that is a blanket on the otherwise deep roots of this legend. In Navajo tradition, this is not a creature, but a witch that dabbles in dark rituals. They're able to transform into animals or even people by killing and then wearing the skins of their victims. So a shapeshifter, essentially. It is said that these witches were once medicine people that were helpful, but they have a darkness within them that takes over. They become essentially anti-medicine people. Much of the traditional teachings of skinwalkers is now lost for multiple reasons. But the main reason remains natives are extremely unwilling to speak about the skinwalker to non-natives. There's, however, one horrific piece of information passed from natives about this Navajo legend. Just speaking the word skinwalker will bring the creature closer to you. In the sense of pop culture, horror stories, you will often have a protagonist that has a close encounter with skinwalkers and narrowly escapes the clutches of the entity. But in a more traditional storytelling of the skinwalker, natives will often tell tales of Navajos battling with these witches to the death. Only one of the parties will escape. These stories are often told by Navajo children to scare each other. Yeah.
What a
So,
classic.
I mean,
What a classic.
yeah, it's a classic entity, classic cryptid. Lots of people know of it, but a lot of people often misinterpret what it actually is.
For sure.
Especially the visual representation. It's usually like a half coyote, half man, or half deer, half man, and that's about it. That's what they think of it as. But I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot more. It's a lot deeper rooted than most people think of it. It's a fun creature, very fun creature.
Very fun creature. Kyle, what are your thoughts on the Skinwalker?
Yeah, honestly, like Skinwalker, like he's saying, very popular, very classic cryptid. And honestly, you hear a lot about it too with like alien encounter stuff as well. You got Skinwalker Ranch, for example, over in Utah.
True.
So this is something that kind of correlates to that type of stuff. And, this essentially folklore may even have truth to it if like shape-shifting stuff is actually real like that.
Yeah, they're very intertwined, especially when it comes to Skinwalker Ranch. A lot of the stories of skinwalkers and alien sightings are very intertwined over there.
Yeah,
It's true.
I think the big difference that I've heard about like Skinwalker Ranch and some of the transformations that this doc is stating is like I think there was like the family who owned the ranch there before like anybody else got it, like the military or who was that billionaire who bought it? I can't think of him, but he shapeshifted into like a giant wolf essentially that was like the size of like a sedan car, and the owner was like shooting it with a revolver from close range, and it was just pelting off of him. That was it. Didn't really hurt him at all.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, that wouldn't really align with the true cultural depiction of it, because I mean, who's killing a car-sized wolf and then wearing its skin? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that'd be a tough one to pull off.
That's the thing too, is like stories of that are just so blown out of proportion too. Like someone sees something crazy and they're like, Skinwalker. It
Yeah.
has to be. That's it.
Yeah. I think the scariest thing about this is the uh, mimicking of it, because, like, just the stories where you will be in the forest and then you hear your friend, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound exactly like your friend. And just the eeriness of that is so creepy to me and so fucking just scary. Just
Yeah.
scary. Especially if the Skinwalker killed your friend and is now wearing their skin and looks just like them, sounds just like them,
Yeah.
but isn't them.
Yeah.
That's freaky.
All right. Well, let's go to the Wendigo.
Do it.
Originating from Algonquin folklore, this creature is said to be an evil spirit that possesses those with greedy, evil habits. The spirit invokes an insatiable hunger for human flesh and murderous intent upon its host. It is said that these spirits will possess those that have committed the most atrocious acts, most commonly cannibalism in a time of great hunger. When the spirit takes hold of the host, they will invoke the insatiable hunger for human flesh that aligns with the sin they had committed. The Wendigo is often described as a giant humanoid with sunken or glowing eyes and sharp yellowed fangs and claws. Its lips are chewed or entirely missing due to its insatiable hunger. It is most commonly depicted with antlers like a deer, but may also have pointed ears. The stench of the creature's rotting flesh is the first thing people generally detect before seeing the creature itself. This Native American legend is generally told by Algonquin-speaking people in Canada around the Great Lakes to keep children from being selfish and prevent bad behavior. The legend is so intertwined with the culture that the term Wendigo psychosis is a real psychiatric term for those who believe they are under the possession of a Wendigo spirit.
Wow. So
Yeah.
this cryptid battle is a battle of the North American native folklore cryptids. I think that's kind of a pretty cool start to like the cryptid battles.
Yeah.
You know, seeing which one of the better ones is the scarier one or more dangerous one in North America.
More powerful, more
Yeah.
dangerous. But yeah, they're two very similar. Definitely the two most popular Native American
For sure.
cryptids, and also they're often interchanged on accident by
A
people,
lot of people
especially
will change them.
visual representation. People will use the same visual representation for both, which is incorrect, but it's just common because they're both humanoid creatures that can look like animals at the same time. So
yeah, technically
makes
like
sense.
both are shape shifting in a way. So
Yeah.
I could see that being like a little bit mixed up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest difference is one is a witch and the other is an evil spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's a possessor,
Exactly.
one's like a possessed almost. So,
Definitely.
so
And yeah.
how do we want to start this off? Who just give without explaining, give the one that you think would win, and we'll explain after.
Should we like count down or like each say it?
Let's count down.
Okay.
All right. So like 3, 2, 1, go, or 3, 2, 1.
On go.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
On go.
We'll
On
start
go?
3, 2, 1 on go. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Give me 2 seconds. I gotta think. I didn't have.
I just have one in my mind.
I honestly should have thought of that. Should have thought of this beforehand, but
So-
I just know so much about both of them that it's kind of hard for me to. Actually, never mind. I got it.
So Wendigo or Skinwalker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wendigo.
Skinwalker.
Okay. Okay. So
So
Kyle,
we have
because
one differing opinion.
yeah, because you are the solo here, give us
Yeah.
your reasoning as to why.
Yeah. So okay. So this is going to be a battle, right?
For sure.
Fight
All
to
right,
the death.
so I guess kind of like I want to like set the scene real quick before like I explain, because like that will
Okay.
you
Go
know.
for it.
So okay, so in this battle, is the Wendigo already possessing somebody who ate flesh from somebody else?
Yes.
So he's already in that position.
The spirit is in physical form in a person.
Kyle, to rebuttal
Okay.
that, is the Skinwalker, did it just eat a mouse and it's in the shape of a mouse, you know? Just stupid things like that.
Well, the reason why I'm asking, because like if the Wendigo is not in that form already,
Key and
then
kick
like
something.
what does it do? Eh. Wait, what?
Key and kick something.
Oh,
Hamstring cramp.
There it
I
is.
feel that.
There it is.
Oh,
The Skinwalker can. It's got its own form, and then it's got whatever it can shapeshift into. So it doesn't need to have somebody initiate them transforming into that part. They can just do it whenever they want. So that's the big thing that I was thinking about there. Is this battle going to be like an arena style where they obviously know where each other are at, or they come in like at each other? Like they
Let's
randomly
just say they're
stumble
in the
upon each other?
forest, you know, just their natural habitats, the
yeah.
forest.
They're both
Then
in the
I'm a-
forest. Let's
Yeah, I'm
choose a
definitely
middle
going
ground.
Skinwalker then.
Let's choose a middle ground because
PNW, the Pacific Northwest.
yes, that's a good
Okay.
middle ground because one is from desert land and then one is from
It's like
up
snowy.
north,
Yeah.
like snowy Great Lakes. So let's choose a more temperate area more in the center. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Skinwalker because of like all the stuff I've heard about it previously too, and all the essentially the folklore that goes into it is much more scary and much more elusive sounding, in my opinion.
hmm Makes sense.
I think one thing that I would say, just like off the top of my head, thinking about both of these, I feel like it would be a lot easier to kill a witch participating in dark rituals than an evil spirit itself. Because
Agreed.
the Wendigo is an evil spirit that takes over something and then forces it to have that hunger for flesh and stuff.
Yeah, but it's human flesh. It's not Skinwalker flesh.
So the thing with that is that a skinwalker is a human at the end of the day. It's just a
True,
human
it's a
that
witch.
is taking different forms.
Yeah, that's true.
The main thing with this battle is, to me, it's more of a spiritual battle than it is a physical battle. It's demon versus witchcraft. Which one comes out on top? I would fair to say a demon because a lot of times those that are, in my opinion, those that would be practicing witchcraft could misuse it or are not quite as intelligent with their use of their magic.
Well, I guess to rebuttal against that, wouldn't the Skinwalker already be successfully transformed, or because the Wendigo is in this case?
Yeah, it is transformed. So I mean, in the physical again, the Skinwalker, what do you have? Its strongest possible form might be a bear. Say that the person killed a bear and is now in the form of a bear, which, what do they have down in those lands? Black bear. So it's a black bear versus a giant Wendigo spirit. I would fair to say that the giant humanoid Wendigo would likely take that battle. Because also, there have been stories, legends of Wendigos taking on Bigfoot, and I would fair to say that the Bigfoot is almost the apex of all the cryptids.
Another thing I would say too is even look before transformation at their forms. One is a human witch practicing witchcraft, and the other is an evil spirit.
Right.
Now, off the pre, obviously, one's a lot harder to kill than the other. Post, obviously, you make them closer, but the evil spirit still has more on its side than the Skinwalker does.
In terms of it just being like not a physical being.
Well, not only that, but that, I mean, it's so much harder to kill it than it would be a Skinwalker. Because a Skinwalker, you're at the end of the day, you're killing a human.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whereas a Wendigo, you're trying to kill an evil spirit, let alone any form it takes.
Okay. What about if the Skinwalker had killed a Wendigo and then took over the Wendigo's body? Skinwalker Wendigo.
What you just said right there is that the Wendigo is better than the Skinwalker.
Yeah, and I don't think that's really possible.
And the reason why you just said that is in order to battle the Wendigo, you just said the Skinwalker would have to kill one to make it equal with the Wendigo.
What you could have said,
I didn't say like make it equal.
Okay. Say that. I'll help you out a little bit. Say that the witch kills Bigfoot and then takes possession of Bigfoot's body.
Yeah, it's just it can be like could be a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot versus Wendigo. Which one wins?
But then that would be like another cryptid.
That's for a later
that's
date.
another battle.
Separate.
That's another battle for a later date.
Yeah, we're cutting this.
So what I'm going with here is like the elusiveness of the Skinwalker. I think can outweigh the giant humanoid that could be potentially slow and easy to dodge, and just get its weak points.
Yeah. I still think at the end of the day, it's so much easier to kill a human than it is to kill a spirit. And
well, yeah.
Kinda another thing to go off what you said about the Skinwalker killing the Wendigo, taking its form. It's still a human in that form. It's not the evil spirit. It's not like it takes over the evil spirit too. It takes over its form.
Wait, it takes over what?
It's not like if it kills a bear...
It takes over the physical form.
Yeah, it doesn't become a bear. It's still that with the physical form of a bear. So it would have the physical form of the Wendigo, but it wouldn't become like the evil spirit that is the Wendigo. So you lose a lot of the value of the actual Wendigo itself when the evil spirit
insatiable hunger and the just pure tenacity of the actual spirit itself. Yeah. I mean, shit, the creature eats its own lips because it's freaking so hungry.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You ever been so hungry you bite the skin off your lips?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And then I'm really sad after because it hurts.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Because I just peel the little skin off the top.
Yeah. You're like, shoot, I ain't got no chapstick.
I'm sad.
Dude, despite
got to use my teeth.
Yep.
Despite all that, I think the Skinwalker would still win. I think big body.
Would you guys still be my friends if
can't
I had
move.
no lips?
You're in the woods. Skinwalker can bounce around on the trees easily. Humanoid can't. And bro, plus the stench too. Like if that stench is there, and you can just easily detect that smell and know exactly where it's at, you can just stay hidden and then attack when need be. I mean, you're in the PNW, heavily wooded forest. If I'm a black bear, can easily climb. I'm pretty sure this humanoid can't climb.
See, that's the best point you've brought up so far. Yeah. Is the actual tactical advantage of knowing where your opponent is. That's
Well, that's the thing with the elusiveness I was bringing up.
Let me ask you this. It's an evil spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You really think that there's nothing helping it out for its perception?
I mean, we just don't know that then. We can't just go based off of assumption at that point.
Mm.
Well, that's like saying we don't know if the Wendigo could hide out and sneak up on it. We don't know that the Wendigo can't climb and stuff. Like, there's a lot of variables that go into it.
Well, I'm going based on a human versus a bear's ability to climb. Where a human, I mean, they can. It's going to take a minute, but a bear can just run up that tree, no problem, and run back down it.
For sure. But it's also not quiet when it does that.
Yeah.
It'll be breaking limbs. It'll be doing stuff like that. So, I mean, that would give its position away.
No, because he's going to smell the Wendigo coming and then go up a tree and get prepared for the flank.
But what I'm saying is he goes up that tree and gives his position away because it's so loud.
The smell is the very first thing that it smells. It says the rotting flesh is the first thing people
Kyle,
generally detect before seeing the
bear
creature
will
itself.
give away his position going up the tree based on as he's climbing, things will be snapping, there will be noise being made. So yeah, he can detect the Wendigo, but the Wendigo will also be able to detect him based on sound.
Bear has a very good sense of smell. So I'm pretty sure it will smell it way before he can even come close to being inaudible.
In earshot.
Yeah, in earshot.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I guess we would have to just speculate that the spirit has really bad hearing.
Okay, so I'm doing a little bit extra research here on the side. I couldn't find an exact speed for skinwalkers, but the speed of a Wendigo is 100 miles an hour.
Huh. I know a bear ain't running that fast.
100 miles an hour?
Yeah.
What?
Capable of running.
I think that info
So
should have been brought up a little early.
Wendigos are legendary creatures known for their supreme natural speed, capable of running in excess of 100 miles per hour with ease.
So wait, why wasn't that in the doc then?
Yeah, what? I feel
I just looked it up. I didn't look up any skinwalker feats. I don't know.
We might have.
I'm going based on the docs right now.
Yeah.
I mean, did you change your mind now, Kyle?
Well, I mean, are we going based on the doc or what or that?
We're just going based off the creatures, like just anything that is factually presented about them. All right, guys, we're back. We had to take a little break because we were discussing some of the intricacies of this battle, but we have come to a couple conclusions. We did not find any middle ground, so we are cutting essentially all of the rest of the debate out because it was just us running circles.
Yeah.
Bryson and I have come to the conclusion that the Wendigo wins 99 times out of 100. The one time that it loses is when the Skinwalker takes form of a Wendigo and then a female Wendigo and seduces the male Wendigo into defeat.
Yes.
And Kyle's conclusion is
it will win 99 times out of 100 against a Wendigo because it's just simply better.
What is the one time that the Wendigo wins?
The Wendigo, by the Skinwalker just not using its alertness.
So it just gives up?
So,
is that essentially what you're saying?
No, not gives up, but just is.
It just doesn't care to fight.
No, it just.
He drank too much?
A relapse, a mishap, like a brain fart.
Autistic medicine man.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
He transitioned over to a witch, and it just didn't go well.
He caught the.
Good to know.
He caught the sad one off guard, we should say.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are our conclusions for this battle.
Yep.
We hope you enjoyed the video. There will be more battles to come, and we will also be doing deep dives in the future on both of these cryptids and other cryptids that we have battled it out in the future.
Hopefully future battles will have conclusions and
proper conclusions.
And hopefully we can find middle ground in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the episode.
This has been the first episode of Cryptid Battles. And till the next time.
Peace.
Love you.